There is abundant evidence in our hands to show that you have given yourself to the reading of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is.
How do you know then that you are not a witch?
If I were one, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I don't hurt them. I scorn it.
I have evidence for the court.
You will keep your seat.
Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land.
I shall take her away.
You're hearing lies. Lies!
That man!
I have evidence. Why would I hear my evidence? Out of my way, Willard. I bring evidence.
Do not do this, Giles. It is a court. Pray, calm yourself, Mr. Corey.
Mr. Hale, go to Danforth and demand I speak.
A moment, sir, a
I'll
moment.
be hanging my wife.
How do you dare come roaring into this court? Have you gone daft, Corey?
You're not a Boston judge yet, Hawthorne. You'll not call me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir, and a more contentious.
I am asked the question, and I am old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, sir. Giles Corey. I have 600 acres and timber in addition. It is my wife to be condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such a contemptuous riot? Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect indeed. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, I only said to reading books, and they come and take her out of my house.
What books? What?
It is my third wife, sir, and I never had a wife to be so taken with books to understand, sir. So I thought to find the cause of it, you see. But it were no witch I blamed her for. I've broken charity with this woman. I've broken charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence in his wife's defense. I think in all
Then let him
justice.
submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
Come now, Giles.
We are desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Apprentice nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to see you in such uproar. I have only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Let you write your plea, and in due
Excellency,
time...
we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir, the girls are frauds.
What's what?
The girls, sir, they are deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir. Contempt.
Peace, Judge Hawthorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
Why, I surely do, sir, and I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near to 400 are in the jails from Marblehead to Lynn, and upon my signature?
And
72 condemned to hang by that signature?
Excellency, I never thought to say it to such a noble and weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here? She would speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren was sick in bed?
She were, Your Honor. When I go to fetch her to the court last week, she said she was sick.
She's been striking with her soul all week, Your Honor. She comes now to know the truth to you.
Who is this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Excellency. This man is mischief.
Excellency, I think in all justice you must hear the
Peace.
guilty.
What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
Never saw no spirits?
Never.
She has signed a deposition, sir.
No, I accept no depositions. Now tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given out the story in the village?
We have not.
They have come to overthrow this
I
court, Your
pray
Honor.
you, Mr. Paris. Do you know, Mr. Proctor, that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I know that, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people for sending their spirits against you?
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, she says.
And the other girls, Susanna Walcott and the others, they are also pretending?
I, sir.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is, sir, and you will surely know it.
I take it you came here to declare this revelation in the open court before the public?
I would, sir. I, with your permission.
Now, sir, what is your purpose in so doing?
I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart nor hidden in your spirit any desire to undermine this court?
No, sir.
I tell you straight, mister. I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked before my eyes by spirits. I have seen them struck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have until this this moment not the slightest reason to suspect that the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived so long with such upright
Do
reputation?
you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think not. Or surely you should know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by setting out her spirit on them? It is the children only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Judge Hawthorne.
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states that she is pregnant now.
My wife, pregnant!
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
If she says she is, then she must be. That woman can never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not?
Never, sir. Never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you now that I will let her be kept another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, you'll have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you to that? Come, man, you say your only purpose is to save your wife. Good then, she is saved at least a year, and a year is long. What say you, sir? It's done now. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot.
This man has come to overthrow this
These
court, Your Honor.
are my friends. Their wives are also accused.
I judge you not. Sit down. I am ready to hear your evidence.
I have come out to put the court. I only...
Marshal, all prisoners and witnesses are to be kept in the building. I declare a 1-hour recess.
If you'll forgive me, sir, I've known him all my life. He's a good man, sir.
I'm sure of it, Marshal. Now, Mr. Proctor, what deposition do you have for us? And I beg you be clear, open as the sky and honest.
I'm no lawyer, so...
The pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
I would ask you to read this first, sir. It's a sort of testament. The people signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca Nurse and my wife, Aunt Martha Corey.
They're good opinions.
These are all covenanted people, sir. Landholding farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, they've known women for many years and never saw no signs they had any dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Excellency, I gave them all my word no harm would come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can
No
no one...
innocent and Christian people are happy for their wars in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you should want to know, from each and every one of them, what discontents them from you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, I
These
think,
are all
against-
covenanted Christians, sir.
Then I'm sure they may have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, draw warrants for all of these. Arrest for examination. What other information do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? You may sit, Mr. Harris.
I have brought harm upon these people. I have...
No, old man. You have not hurt these people if they are of good conscience. But you must understand that a person is either with this court or he must be counted against it. There be no road in between. This is a sharp time, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon where evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She's not hearty, I see.
No, sir, she's not. And remember the angel Raphael and what it said to the boy Tobias? Do you remember it? Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give him mine.
This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh.
What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I never hired no lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
It is very well phrased. My compliments. You have no legal training, Mr. Corey?
I have the best, sir. I had 33 time in court in my lifetime. And always plaintiff too.
Oh, then you're much put upon.
I never put upon, sir. I know my rights, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine, must be 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed?
He never spoke to you of it?
No, I cannot recall
That's
it.
strange. You're a fair judge, your father. He gives me £9 damages. See, I had a white mare at the time. This fellow came to borrow the man.
Yes, yes. Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation made by Mr. Corey. He states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that's now in jail.
Is a lie.
Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
A fart on Thomas Putnam. That is what I say to that.
What proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
The proof is there. If Jacobs hangs for a witch, he forfeit his property. That's law. And there is none but Putnam with the coin to buy so great a peace. This man is killing his neighbors for their land.
What proof, sir?
The
Proof!
proof is there. I heard it from an honest man who heard him say it. The day she cried out on Jacobs, he said she'd give him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
Why, what name?
Why, the man that gives you this information.
Why, I cannot tell you his name.
And why not?
You know well why not. He'll lie in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us the name.
I cannot tell you his name. I mentioned my wife's name once, and I will burn in hell long enough for that.
In that case, you leave me no choice but to arrest you in contempt of this court. Do you know that?
This is a hearing. You cannot clap me for contempt of a hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me now to declare this court in full session, or will you give me good reply?
I cannot tell you his name. I cannot tell you his name. I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. The court is now in session. I ask you, Mr.
He has the story in confidence, sir,
The
and
devil lives on such confidences. Without confidences, there could be no conspiracy, Your Honor.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Old man, if your informant tells the truth, let him come here like a decent man. But if he hides in anonymity, I must know why. Now, the government and Central Church demand of you the name who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale.
we cannot blink it more. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country, sir.
Then there is a prodigious guilt in the country. Are you afraid to be questioned here, Mr. Hale?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there is a fear in the country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with the fear in the country. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused is
No
part of it.
uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Now, Mr. Corey, you are under arrest in contempt of this court. Sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be set in the jail until you decide to answer all questions.
I'll kill you, yes!
Giles! Peace! We'll prove ourselves now, we will!
Say nothing more, John. He's only playing you. He means to hang us all.
This is a court of law, mister. I'll have no effrontery here.
forgive him, sir, for his own age. Peace, Giles, we'll prove ourselves now. Cannot read Mary Warren. Then the angel voice said to the boy, hold to it, for there is your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. I ask you, sir, before you read it, that remember, until 2 weeks ago, she was no different than the other children are today. You heard her scream. She howled. She swore familiar spirits choked her. She swears to Satan in the form of women now in jail, tried to win her soul away, and when she refused...
We know all this.
Aye, sir. She swears now that she never saw Satan, nor any spirits vague or clear, and that Satan may have sent to hurt her. She declares her friends are lying now.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter, sir.
It surely does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know him little. But in all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. I beg you, sir, stop here. Send him home and let him come again with a lawyer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without proof so immaculate, no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you certainly do not doubt my justice.
I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse, Your Honor. I'll tell you true. My hand shakes yet as with a wound. I pray you, sir, this argument let lawyers present to you.
Mr. Hale, believe me, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Let you consider now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to prove his innocence, but witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime. Therefore, who may possibly be witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now, we cannot hope that the witch will accuse herself, granted. Therefore, we must rely upon the victim, and they do testify. The children certainly do testify. As for the witches, none will deny that we are most eager for their confession. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point, have I not?
But this girl claims that the children are not truthful. And if they
That
are
is
not...
precisely what I'm about to consider, sir. What more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity.
Surely do not, sir. May consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. For deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to...
Mr. Harris, I bid you be silent! Sit down. Mr. Cheever, will you go into the court and bring the children out? Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you mean to tell me that you sat in my court, callously lying when you knew that people would hang by your evidence? Answer me!
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars, or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I'm with God now.
You are with God now.
Sir.
I'll tell you this. You are either lying now, or you were lying in the court. But in either case, you have committed a crime of perjury and will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I'm with God. I'm with God.
Ruth Putnam is not in the court, Your Honor. I'm here at the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition in which she states that she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She also claims that neither of you saw them either. Now, children, this is a court of law based upon the Bible, and the Bible, written by Almighty God, forbid the practice of witchcraft and describe death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and Bible damns all liars and bearers of false witness. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blind us all. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If that's true, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, children, I bid you now drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very augur fate will now be turned into you until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not changed, sir. She lies.
You would go on with this?
Sir.
A puppet was discovered in Mr. Proctor's house. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in court when she made it, and how you saw her make it, and witnessed how she herself stuck her needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie, sir.
When you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you ever see puppets in that house?
City Proctor always kept puppets.
My wife never kept no puppets. Mary Warren confesses it was her puppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever.
when I spoke to Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no puppets, but said she did keep puppets when she was a girl.
She has not been a girl these 15 years, Your Honor.
But a puppet will keep 15 years, will it not?
A puppet will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren swears now she never saw no puppets in my house, nor anyone else.
And how could there have been no puppets where no one ever saw
There
them?
might have also been golden candlesticks hidden in my house, but no one ever saw them.
We're here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
Your Honor, what may profit Mary Warren by turning herself about? What may she gain but hard questioning and worse?
You are accusing Abigail Williams with a cool plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife.
It is not a child. Hear me, sir. In front of the congregation, she were twice this year, but out of this meeting house, for laughter during prayer.
What's this laughter during you denied, Mr. Paris?
I do believe it happened once. She is sometimes silly, but she is solemn now.
Aye, she's solemn now. It means to hang people.
Quiet man!
Surely I have no bearing on the question, Your Excellency. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye, but it strike hard upon me that she would laugh during prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
Your Honor, since I come to Salem, this man is blackening my
In a moment,
name.
sir. What is this dancing?
Mr. Proctor.
Abigail leads the girls into the woods, and they have danced there naked.
Your Honor,
Mr. Paris discovered them in the dead of the night. There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris.
I can only say, sir, that I never saw any of them naked, and this man is...
You discovered them dancing in the woods? Abigail?
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not, sir, but I never saw any of them naked.
She have danced?
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary? Were never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents?
No, ma'am.
And yet when those accused of witchery would confront you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
That were pretense, ma'am.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth,
I saw that many times.
She only pretended to faint, Your Excellency. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can she pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? For none in this room is accused of witchcraft, for there are no spirits attacking her. So let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend she is attacked now. Let her faint. Faint.
Faint?
Aye, faint. Prove to us how you did in the court so many times.
I cannot faint now, sir.
can you not pretend it?
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is she lacking now?
I cannot tell, sir.
Might it be that there are no afflicting spirits loose, but previously in the court there were some?
I never saw no
You
spirits.
see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will, as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you will confess, will you not? Attacking spirits made you to faint.
No, sir.
Your Honor, this is a trick to blind.
It's not a trick. I used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw
But
them?
I did not, Your Honor.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell how, but I did. I heard the other girls screaming, and you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them, and it were only sport in the beginning, sir. But then the whole world cried, spirits, spirits, and I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely your excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you now search your heart and tell me this. And beware of the child. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on those that take life without cause. Is it possible that these spirits you have seen are illusion only? Some deception that may cross your mind
This is a base question.
Child, I would have you
I have
consider
been
it.
hurt, Mr. Danforth. I've seen my blood run out. I've been near murdered every day just because I've done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be mistrusted, denied, and questioned like someone.
Child, I do not mistrust
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits. Beware of it. There is,
What is it, child?
I know not, a wind, a cold wind has come.
Abby, Your Honor, I freeze.
They're pretending.
She's cold, Your Honor. Touch her.
Mary, do you send this shadow on me?
Oh, please.
Oh, I freeze.
Don't do that.
Mary warns you, Witcher. I say to you, do you send your spirit out?
No, Mr. Proctor.
Oh, Heavenly Father, take away this shadow.
Whore! How dare you call
And
that?
what do you?
He's a whore!
Here!
Here!
John!
Mark her! Now she'll stop a scream to stab me with.
You will prove this! This will not lecture?
John, you cannot.
No, Francis, it is true. It is true. She will deny it. But a man will not cast away his good name, sir, and you surely know that.
In what time? In what time? In what place?
In the proper place where my beasts are bedding. 8 months now, sir. It is 8 months. She used to serve me in my house, sir. A man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything, and I know it now. I beg you, sir, see her what she is. My wife, my dear good wife, took this girl soon after and put her on the high road. And being what she is, a love of vanity, sir. Excellency, forgive me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave. And well she might, for I thought of her softly. God help me, I lusted! And there is a promise in such sweat, but it is a whore's vengeance, and you must see it now. I set myself entirely in your hands, and you must see it now. My wife is innocent, except she know a whore when she sees one.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this?
I must answer that, sir. I will leave and I will not come back again.
Not deny it, Mr. Danforth. She does not
You
deny
remain
it.
where you are. Mr. Paris, go and bring Goodwife Proctor out, and tell her not one word of what's been spoken here. Now we shall touch the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
In her life, sir, she has never lied. There are them that cannot sing, and them that cannot weep. My wife cannot lie.
And when she put this girl out of your house, she put her out for a harlot?
Aye, sir.
And she knew her for a harlot?
She knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And if she tell me, child, it were for harlotry, may God spread his mercy upon you. Hold! Turn your back. Turn your back! You do likewise. Now let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this room is to speak a word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter. Mr. Cheever, record this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. You look at me only, not your husband in my eyes only.
Good, sir.
Now, we are given to understand that at one point you dismissed your servant Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? You will look in my eyes only, not your husband. The answer is in your memory, and you need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss her?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you?
She was...
Woman, look at me! Was she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, in that time I was sickened. My husband is a good and righteous man. He is never drunk as some are, nor wasting his time at the shuffleboard, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, after my last baby, I were a long time sickened. I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me, and this girl...
Look at me!
I, sir, Abigail Williams.
What's of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her, so I lost my wits, I think, and put her out on the high road.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Then he did not turn from you? Look at me! To your own knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer me! Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell the truth, Elizabeth.
She's spoken!
Elizabeth, I have confessed it. She only thought to save my name.
Excellency, it is a natural lie to tell. I beg you stop here before another man is condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no more. Vengeance is working its way through this testimony. From the beginning, this man has struck me true. By my oath to heaven, I believe him.
He spoke nothing of lechery, and this man
I
lies!
believe him. I cannot turn my face from it no more. This girl has always struck me false. She has always...